Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. With that, let's get down to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Standing by for the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, while much of the country is struggling under cold temps and some of that white stuff, no such troubles here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they interplay in this one. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their 6'5 quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
He didn't have as many throws or plays in college as many of the quarterbacks that were coming out in the draft, but he maximized what he had. Ended up winning 2 national championships as a starting quarterback at North Dakota State.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Another good run there. He's been good all season long. I don't know if he's going to win that MVP award, but just to be in the discussion, obviously that means he's had a great run.
The raw numbers put him in the discussion. Can he carry his team to enough victories? Can he put them in a spot where we say to ourselves, well, an MVP carries his team to the playoffs. That's what he's going to need in order to get that award.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. This offense has talent, and certainly Keenan Allen, he has a lot of talent.
And he plays so hard each and every week. He's a guy who demands the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Complete. It's Henry. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. And they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They'll run on 1st down. Evans And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. A Miami first down and a 14-yard pickup. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Now a give, right side. It's Evans. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. This is going to be a good one-on-one battle to watch. Both of these guys play the game at the highest level.
Both of them are terrific competitors. They play the game with great athleticism and smarts as well.
And in this early round, the defense wins. And they get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. On first down, it's Evans. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. The numbers for Evans a week ago. 6 carries, 68 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. 4th down now after a loss of 2. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Man complete over the middle. That's Lamb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go, D.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
Well, he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Chargers getting set to go. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. Yeah, what do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Derrick Henry. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. Wentz. And this is complete. It's Allen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Wentz. Toward the pylon, caught.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 19th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. We do know that they are postseason bound, but they're leaking a little oil, so to speak, as they kind of limp into January.
Yeah, and that oil can set fire to their season, can't it?
Look at that.
See what I did there? But here's the thing that we've both seen in the NFL. Teams down the stretch playing really well, sometimes it doesn't carry over into the playoffs. Sometimes teams that aren't playing well now, if they have good leadership at the head coaching spot and the coaching staff and within the locker room, they can find a way to turn it around. But no one wants to be on a losing streak as they head into the playoffs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. I know they want to go for it here, and I know that their fans want them to go for it, but listen, I'm going to play head coach right here and look at the facts. Tie game, plus, even if you get the first, you still got a half a field to go. I'll go ahead and punt the football myself.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Henry. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Let's go. Double tight, guys, double tight.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They're going to look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50, Mike 50. Come to wild work. We want it. Come.
Second and long. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for D.D. Westbrook. Incomplete. It's now third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and in. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on fourth down. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. It is the final weekend of the regular season, final day of the calendar year as well. A lot of action to update you on, so let's get right to it. We'll begin out in Houston, and those two have hit halftime with the score 24-7. The Texans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. From there, we head over to Atlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Sterling Shepard, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Back.
He'll have a first down past the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Evans. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They'll run on first down. It's Evans, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
What we got?
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Evans, and they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Here we go. Waiting. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Wentz to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want. Now a give, right side. It's Bowman. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
And some room to maneuver. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A Miami first down. That one going for a gain of 11.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Downfield offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through and picking up 1st downs.
Right back to him on 1st down. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
2nd and 9 now. And it's caught. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. D.D. Westbrook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Seibert on for the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Carson Wentz in the offense. Down by a field goal. 2 minutes, 30 seconds to play. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. That throw into the arms of Allen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Wentz to throw.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And he can't taken down. Rashawn Gary in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. They'll look to throw, and caught by Henry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Wentz going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to throw. He completes it to Henry. I call it no gain there on the first down play. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had suddens, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East. But as it stands now, Charles, they'd still have to host a game on Wild Card Weekend because they're looking up at slots 1 and 2.
Well, when the season began, they said, let's win our division first,
that's right?
That's the bottom line that gets you into the playoffs or the tournament, as a lot of the guys like to call it. So they're in. They'll host that first round, and then they'll see where it goes from there. But the bottom line, as always, get into the playoffs and take your chances from there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Bowman. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone.
And down he goes. goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
We better not.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. A field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal.
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
It doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about. A long field goal to win it. So definitely not a gimme. So there was tension all the way through until the ball went through the post.
But it did go through the post. Ice water was in his veins. So for the Dolphins, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better-than-average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for our visitors, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.